Civilizations. We started our new campus this year on 32 Grenfell Street, right next to the City Cross Food Court. We have all of our courses full, so that's in game design, 3D art animation for games, screen and media for film, and game programming. Just a little bit about AIE. We're a non-for-profit organisation. We were founded in 1996 by John DeMargheriti. He was the co-founder of Microforte and has been behind the concepts of some games such as Call of Duty. He started AIE originally because he was a game developer at Microforte, and at that time university and TAFEs and other educators weren't really providing that good of game developers, so he decided to make some of his own. But unfortunately what happened was the studios from overseas and interstate ended up poaching all of his game developers. Fortunately he took the good with the bad and saw that there was a need in the market for game developers, and AIE was created. Yeah, so that's just a little bit about it. These are just some stuff that we did last Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra, and online, and also in Seattle and Lafayette in America. Again, we're non-for-profit and we've won quite a few awards. What are we talking about today? The games, 3D animation and visual effects industries in Australia, the careers associated with these skills, what employers are looking for, the career pathways and applications, prerequisites and portfolios. So just a little bit about the Australian games industry. Last year alone, Australia spent over $2 billion in games. Globally, the market is a US $70 billion and is the fastest growing entertainment industry. We have 50 plus local companies generating $5 million in exports, and we are home of the major developers such as Half Creek, 2K, Rockstar, etc. Do a little bit better, right?
No, you can.
Do it versus.
Awesome.
So it's 52% males and 48% females. So everyone's playing it. Everyone's playing games. Each gender, each age demographic. So there's a huge market in it. All right. So the different pathways after doing our advanced diploma. What most students think of who come to AIE, and it's what a whole lot of our graduates are going to do, is work for the sexy game and film studios. So these are just some of the games that our students have made. They've worked on Grand Theft Auto, they've worked for Rockstar Games, they're constantly making new games. So the new Far Cry game, they've done that, the new Tom Clancy one, I can't remember what it's called, they're working on that, and a whole heap more. Same with films. Graduates have worked in Lego Movie, The Hobbit, Harry Potter. Our graduates from Interstate are working for Rising Sun Pictures. That's probably the biggest film studio here in South Australia. They got an Academy Award for Gravity and got nominated recently for X-Men. So that's the kind of thing that our current students are aiming to go for, and we're closely affiliated with RSP, and that will most likely happen. The next pathway, and this is probably the biggest and most exciting, is is independent games. So who plays apps here? Yeah, nearly everybody. It's just huge. So it's very inexpensive. You can get just a group of friends, so that you meet an AIE programmer, a couple of artists and designer, and you can literally just make games that you like to play and end up selling them off. So who's played Fruit Ninja here? Yeah, cool. Our graduates did that. And Jetpack Joyride? Yeah, again, that's stuff that our graduates have done. So we've recently made a new course for at AIE called Game Design, and that's because of these new pathways such as indie games and whatnot. The third pathway is something that not many people know about, but it's something that a lot of our graduates go on to do. And it's emerging industries, so things like simulation, education, medical visualization, illustration, town planning, design visualization, architecture, and defense. So just a couple of examples. One of our graduates is actually working for NASA now, which is crazy. I can't believe they've actually gone on to work for NASA. There's actually a dome out in Australia somewhere where the defense practice their thing. Do you know where it is? Some wood something. I don't know.
It's Victoria, I think.
It's in South Australia,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, there's a dome where it's just this virtual simulation of the defense, and they practice shooting on the enemies. Our graduates did that. Mining. So BHP hires miners from immersive industries to make simulations so they can practice heavy machinery instead of going out to the mines and it being dangerous and expensive. This is just some of the things that our graduates go on to do. So it's not just about games and films and whatnot. You can kind of think outside of the box and get jobs in a whole lot of other places such as architecture and engineering. So these are some of the career roles that you can go on to in games. So the ones in green are art, the ones in yellow are programming, and the ones in white are design. So these are the 3 different streams that you can go on to do in our advanced diplomas. I'll talk more about them in a sec. So just a couple of examples. As an artist, you can do special effects. As a designer, you can do quality assurance. As a programmer, you can do artificial intelligence. Same goes for careers in film. But I think I might show you some of the roles that our graduates done. So has anyone seen The Great Gatsby here?
Me.
Yeah, cool. This is some of the work that our graduates gone on to do, and we teach you guys whilst doing our screen and media advanced diploma. Guys have an interest in programming, I strongly encourage you to pursue it because it's a really great advanced diploma to do. Firstly, game programming is the hardest type of programming you can do. If you can do this, then you can do any type of programming. I recently spoke to John DeMargheriti, the CEO, and he actually said mediocre programmers, like average programmers, normally get recruited in their second year of studying AIE. Good programmers get recruited in their first year of studying AIE, just because it's a rare skill to be good at, I suppose. So yeah, if you are into it, I'd really encourage you to go into it. So some of the skills that you'd be doing in it is creating great games, doing C#, C++, development methodologies, mainly just coding and scripting. If you do want to practice coding, I'd go to Code Academy or code.org, and it's a great way to just practice and start up. So yeah, if programming people are more the behind the scenes people but really do the crunch and core of it, we wouldn't be able to make games without programmers. Okay, so probably the sexy pathway is art. So in our first year of our advanced diploma, all the artists are together, so they do all the same things. So they learn Maya and learn actually the kind of stuff that you're doing now. And then in the second year, they go on into doing art for films and art for games. So you get to try a little bit of both and trial out what you like, and then go to the pathway that you choose. So in this you do modeling, texturing, rigging, animation, etc. The third pathway is game design, and this is another great one to do. These are for students, these guys are the visionaries. They've got great communication skills, written, verbal. You do a little bit of programming, you do a little bit of art in this as well. You've got team skills, and you're the people that help bring the artists and programs together and help work as one, I suppose. Okay, so finding work in games and films. What we ultimately try to do with your advanced diploma is help you make the best portfolio possible. And so this is what employers are looking for, your demonstrable talent. And this is exactly what's in your portfolio. So we let you make what you want to do. If you want to make a game about spaceships or a game about princesses, you can do whatever you want to do. You can follow your passion and show employers what you like in your portfolio. Experience 2 years of our advanced diploma. It's all hands-on, very vocational. So if you, it's a lot like doing a trade for plumbing. Say what you've learned in 2 years is what you'd be doing in advanced diploma for 2 years is pretty much 2 years of work. Passion, you really do what you want to do. We don't make you do meaningless essays. You get to, draw or program what you want to do. Communication skills. In your second year, programmers, artists, and designers all work together. So you have to communicate with each other. Adaptability and problem solving will always make you guys think outside the box. Relevant qualification. At the end of the day, even though employers aren't really looking for that piece of paper, you will have your advanced diploma, which is recognised all over Australia. Networking and community involvement. When you go for a job in the industry, what you'll find, because we're literally all around Australia and the leading educator, what you'll find is that your employer has most likely been a graduate AIE, has been a teacher, or is a partner. So we're very industry based. We currently have industry experience days, have the industry coming to our campus to speak to our students. We're organising internships, etc. All of our teachers have worked in the industry. Say, for example, our current teacher, Mike, he did gravity, worked on Hunger Games and things like that. So we're all very industry focused and relevant. Also, so what employers are looking for when you get a job is go for an interview and show your portfolio. That's the exact same as getting into AIE, enthusiastic and passionate in your interview, and we want to see your potential and where your passion lies with your portfolio. So your portfolio doesn't have to be magnificent. So if you're an artist, we want to see what you love to draw. If you like to do 3D or 2D, or if you like to do photography or sculpting, it's completely up to you. But I think also, are you guys all doing the certificate course?
2 and 3, both. So that's a good one.
All doing it?
Some are doing Cert 3, some are doing Cert 2.
Yeah, cool. So if you've done either a Certificate 2 or Certificate 3, you will automatically get entered into AIE. So your portfolio has already been made in the certificate, and you will get priority over other students. So if you want to go into the advanced diploma next year or whenever you finish school, you can do that and you're automatically in because you've done the certificate course. If you guys ever just want to pop by and say hello if you're in the city, our doors are always open between 8:30 and 6, Monday to Friday. So come in and check out the campus if you're in town. Also, so yeah, these are our full-time courses which I've gone over. So you can see the different pathways. There's the advanced diploma in game art and animation, or that could be the advanced diploma in screen and media and visual effects. So they're both both art related. Game design and production, and then game programming. All of these courses go for 2 years. You can start midway through the first year, do it intensively, and then it'll be a year and a half. They're all vet fee help approved, which means the government pays for it all, or part of it, it's a loan. And then once you finish and earn over, I think it's 53 grand a year, you start paying a little bit back each salary, each pay week, I suppose. It's the exact same with HEX, which I'm currently paying off. Yeah, so it's 2.5 days a week, and that's basically it in terms of the advanced diplomas. Do you guys have any questions about that? Again, you guys are automatically admitted into it because you've done the certificate course. So other students who haven't done this would have to come in, sit in an interview, and show their portfolio, and their place isn't secured. You guys are, so that's something good to think about. The last slide. After the advanced diploma, you can do our incubator course. So this is generally when you have a game, and what we do is we help you sell it and teach you how to sell it. And what we offer is you get a free place to study, so you'll have an office in our building. You'll have mentoring from our teachers and whatnot. You get $7,000 worth of scholarships, so this is for business and travel, etc. You get transport to the major conferences. So recently, have you guys heard of PAX before?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Recently, our incubator team who created Berserkers, I wish I brought the game with me, you guys could have played it, sold it at PAX, and they were in our incubator program. So yeah, we'll give you accessible office space, development resources, and a vibrant, supportive and development environment. This year we've got quite a few events happening. We've got open days, information evenings, industry experience days. So in the holidays, if you want to come in, it's free, and have a life and a day in the life of an AIE student. So you'll do little workshops in game art, which you guys will probably all be pros at, game design and programming. So that's something to think about. That's basically my spiel. Does anyone have any questions?